Garcia opts for the King's Indian attack against Pranav in this Asian Individual Chess Championships 2025 Open Round 1 matchup. Knight f3. On d5 transposed into King's Indian attack. On g3. Knight c6. On d4. Bishop f5. Bishop g2. Knight b4. Threatening knight takes c2 check. Knight a3 played by Garcia. On e6. King castled kingside. Bishop e7. On c3. Threatening pawn takes b4. Knight c6 played by Pranav. Knight b1. On h5. On h4. Knight f6. Bishop g5. Knight e4. Pranav is preparing to play. Bishop takes g5. On takes g5. Knight takes g5 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop takes e7 played by Garcia. Queen takes e7. Knight bd2. King castled queenside. Knight takes e4. Bishop takes e4. Knight d2. Garcia's idea is to play. Bishop takes e4. On takes e4. Knight takes e4 and gain a significant edge. Bishop takes g2 played by Pranav. King takes g2. On e5 it is novelty move. Pranav is aiming to play. On takes d4. On takes d4. Knight takes d4 and dominate the board. On takes e5 played by Garcia. Knight takes e5. Knight f3. Knight g4. Queen d3. King b8. Rook a d1. Rook h e8. Threatening queen takes e2. Rook d2 played by Garcia. Rook d6. Rook f d1. On a6. Queen d4. Threatening queen takes g7. On g6 played by Pranav. Queen c5. Knight f6. Knight g5. Knight d7. Threatening knight takes c5. Queen b4 played by Garcia. Garcia considers playing. Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5 and dominate the board. Knight b6 played by Pranav. On b3. Garcia is aiming to play. On c4. On f6. Knight f3. Knight c8. On c5 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Knight c8 played by Pranav. Knight f3. Queen d7. Queen f4. Garcia is aiming to play. Knight e5. Queen e7. Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5 and establish a winning position. Rook e4 played by Pranav. Threatening rook takes f4. Queen h6 played by Garcia. King a7. Queen g7. Knight b6. On a4. On c5. On c4 take a moment to spot the best move for Pranav. On d4 is the right idea because on e3. Queen f5. Pawn takes d4. Rook f6. Knight g5. Rook takes d4 position is equal shifting to the main variation. On c4. Garcia is preparing to play. On a5. Knight c8. Pawn takes d5 and gain a significant edge. Queen e7 is not the best move played by Pranav. On e3. Knight d7. Knight g5. Think carefully what is the best move for Pranav. On d4 is the right idea because Queen takes f7. Queen takes f7. Knight takes f7. Rook b6. Pawn takes d4. Rook takes b3. Still Pranav is losing. Let's explore the main variation. Knight g5. Garcia is looking to play. Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5. Rook takes d5 and take decisive advantage. Rook f6 is not the best move played by Pranav. Rook takes d5. Knight b6. Rook 5 d3. Garcia is preparing to play. On a5. Knight takes c4. Pawn takes c4 and take decisive advantage. Queen e5 played by Pranav. On f4. Threatening pawn takes e5. Queen e7 played by Pranav. King f2. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Pranav? Rook f5 is a strong choice, since Knight takes e4. Queen takes e4. Queen c3. Queen e7. Queen e1. Knight c8. Still Pranav is losing. Let's analyze the main line. King f2. Garcia might go for Knight takes e4. Rook f5. Knight c3. Rook f6. Pawn a5. Knight a8. Rook d7. Queen e6. Pawn e4. Knight c7 and take decisive advantage. Queen e5 is not the best move played by Pranav. King e2. Threatening pawn takes e5. Queen f5 played by Pranav. Knight takes e4. Garcia dominated and took the game.